Episode 11 opens with Woo-ju talking to Min-young. She tells him that she'll reveal where the evidence against his uncle is hidden, but he has to promise her one thing. He must look after Henry and send him to her relative on Jeju Island. Woo-ju agrees. Min-jung then explains that the evidence is inside a toy at her house, one that belongs to Henry. She turns to leave, but Woo-ju notices a mark on her neck, triggering memories of the past, the accident. He remembers the moment he saw someone standing near the car. As he calls for help, he notices the same mark on that person's neck. The pain overwhelms him, and he steps outside. Mary sees him and rushes over, asking if he's okay and whether she should call an ambulance. Woo-ju tells her he finally knows who Min-jung really is. In the next scene, Woo-ju explains everything to Mary and tells her he's certain Min-jung was the person near the car that day. Mary agrees and says she heard that Min-jung worked as a secretary in his family company 25 years ago. She also remembers hearing someone mention that Sylvia, the woman who was recently arrested, once worked as a secretary at that same company. Mary suggests that Min-jung must have met Woo-ju's uncle back then, which could have led to their affair. Woo-ju agrees. We then cut to Hankook looking through the evidence. Min-jung nervously tells him that Woo-ju's father discovered their affair and asks what they should do now. Hankook reassures her and says that during an upcoming family gathering, he'll take care of everything. As Hankook leaves with the evidence, Woo-ju confronts him. He asks directly if Hankook killed his parents. Hankook smirks, telling him it's pathetic that he figured it out but still can't do anything. He admits that he killed them because Woo-ju's father ruined his plans. A flashback shows Woo-ju's father holding the affair photos and telling Hankook that he's going to report everything to the chairman and that Hankook will have to resign. Hankook begs him for another chance and claims Woo-ju's aunt can't raise Young-soo without him. Back in the present, Hankook taunts Woo-ju again, saying the case is closed and the evidence is in his possession. But as he steps outside, police officers appear and arrest him. They inform him that they already arrested David and found Hankook's contact information in his phone. Hankook tries to deny everything while Woo-ju adds that Hankook also murdered his parents and demands that the officers add that to the charges. Woo-ju hands over additional evidence from 2009. The detectives explain that the original footage had been deleted and Hankook had bribed them to close the case. With this new evidence, the police search Hankook's pocket and find even more incriminating material. He is taken away. In court, the judge lists all of Hankook's crimes, including the murder of Mr. Koo. Hankook is sentenced to death. Mi-young, devastated, tells her mother she didn't go to court because she couldn't bear to face the truth. She cries, realizing Hankook had deceived her for years, killed Woo-ju's father, and even tried to kill her as well. She feels worthless. Meanwhile, Woo-ju visits his parents' grave with flowers. Mary stands nearby as he feels their presence. His father's voice reassures him, telling him it wasn't his fault and encouraging him to stop blaming himself. Woo-ju introduces Mary to his parents, and Mary promises to look after him. Next, we see Listen at home, remembering what Jin Kyung said earlier. The doorbell rings. Woo-ju and Mary have come to talk to him. Mary nervously confesses everything. She used Woo-ju because she didn't want to lose the prize during her divorce. They admit they're breaking the contract and are willing to pay whatever penalty he asks. After leaving, Mary notes that Listen didn't show any reaction. Woo-ju jokes that his expression is always like that, and that he'll reach out later. Woo-ju then asks where Mary plans to live. She says she'll stay in an apartment with Sori and split the rent. Woo-ju points out it's far from her workplace, but she insists she'll learn to drive. Woo-ju laughs and says he'll have to sleep less so he can teach her. Mary says she always loved hanging out at that place, so Woo-ju tells her they should go hang out today. In the next scene, ex-Woo-ju is shown riding his bicycle, exhausted and muttering about a revenge. He drags his bike up the stairs and then sees news about the bakery incident. Furious, he screams that Woo-ju escaped again and vows not to let him go. At the hospital, everyone gathers around Woo-ju's grandmother. After being examined, she finally wakes up. Mi-young cries in relief, but the grandmother scolds her for making too much noise. Woo-ju holds her hand, smiling. He then calls Mary, telling her the good news. He invites her to visit once his grandmother fully recovers. Just then, Woo-ju sees his aunt nearby and goes to talk to her. She apologizes for everything and blames herself for leaving him alone. Woo-ju reassures her that she didn't know what her husband was doing and that he has no reason to blame her. Later, Won-soo calls Seja to ask where she is. She says she's at the supermarket. At the same time, Woo-ju and Mary are also shopping. Wooju gets frustrated because Mary keeps picking the wrong items, but she eventually convinces him. Suddenly, Wooju spots the trio nearby and tries to walk over, but Mary stops him. She hasn't told Song-hee about their relationship yet and doesn't want her to find out like this. The group gathers on the rooftop to play a game where whoever the bottle points to must answer questions. Wooju goes first, and when asked about a girlfriend, he admits he has one. Then it's Mary's turn. They ask if she has a boyfriend, when she had her first kiss, and other dating questions, but she doesn't answer. She just keeps drinking. Later, Mary meets Wooju outside. Wooju tells her he's upset. He asks why she couldn't just tell everyone that he's her man. Mary smiles and says she couldn't do that because his cute face drives her crazy. But right then, they realize the others have been listening to their entire conversation. When they turn, all four of them are standing there. Sun-hee says they already knew about their relationship. She explains they saw them together at the supermarket. We even see the flashback where Se-young spots them, and they quickly hide. In the next scene, Sun-hee asks Mary why she didn't tell her. Mary says she wanted to, but the timing was never right. Won-soo says he knew long ago. Then we see his memory of Wooju, hugging Mary. They all ask if their relationship started back then. Sun-hee reminds them that they were all supposed to go to the croquette shop, but Wooju pulled Mary away by the hand. Was that the moment things began? Sejong adds that when they came to take photos, she also saw them together. She asks if they kissed and started dating back then. Then they ask when the two first met. Wooju thinks back to his childhood and says they must have been 8 or 9 years old. Hearing that warms everyone's hearts. Young-soo goes to visit his father. He asks why he did all those terrible things. Hankook lies and claims he did nothing, that he was blackmailed, and that he's actually a victim. Young-soo yells at him to stop making excuses. He says Hankook killed Wooju's parents, tried to kill his grandmother, and isn't even human anymore. He's a monster. Young-soo says he may not be good at anything, but at least he's proud he didn't become like his father. He warns him never to think about meeting his mother again and walks away. Hankook begs him to help with his appeal, but Young-soo ignores him and gets into the car. His mother is already waiting there. Young-soo looks at her and quietly says they should go eat together. Mi-young refuses at first, but then agrees. Chaokal. Next, news spread everywhere about the mayor's corruption involving the beauty place and the permit he approved for next door in exchange for a huge bribe. Reporters surround him with questions. Listen goes to visit Sang-yu. Sang-yu's father has been beating him. The man tells Listen to handle the case, travel abroad, and meet the prosecutor. In the next scene, we see several doctors and Jin Kyung, who volunteers at the orphanage. The children are getting vaccinated. Listen enters and meets the woman who runs the place. He gives her flowers. She tells him he visits every year on her birthday to thank her for raising him. Listen says he won't be able to come next year. She asks if he's being transferred abroad for work, and he confirms it. She scolds him for working non-stop and tells him he should get married already. A girl comes in to say the doctors are leaving. Listen steps outside to say goodbye. Jin Kyung is nearby and notices him. Once he's alone, she approaches him. We then see them together at a restaurant. Listen warns her that the food there is very spicy. She tries it and immediately agrees. He talks about his past, how he grew up in the orphanage, how a ring was stolen one day and left near his feet by the real thief. All the kids called him a thief, so he had to leave. He ended up living with the real thief, kept his secret, took exams for him, and eventually earned a comfortable life. But people still looked down on him. Jin Kyung asks why he told her all this. He says he wanted to clear his name. She tells him he's always so serious and never smiles. She asks him to call her once a week so she can at least make him laugh. Next, we see Wooju. He's been applying for jobs everywhere but hasn't succeeded. He starts missing Mary and goes to her place, but from outside, he sees Mary and Wooju together, packing her things. Wooju complains that she has too much stuff and wonders if all of it will even fit in Sori's apartment. Mary tells him she'll manage somehow. Wooju then suggests she should just live with him since his place is big anyway, but Mary refuses. He gets annoyed, and she tries to calm him down. Wooju watches all this from outside. The next morning, we see Mary and Wooju sleeping together. Mary tries to get up for work, but Wooju pulls her back. Later, Mary wakes up again and notices Wooju isn't beside her. When she steps out, she finds him making breakfast. She jokes that they look like newlyweds. Wooju says that even when his hair turns white, he'll still cook for her every day. She gets emotional, hugs him tightly. and they enjoy the moment. Wooju drops her off at work. As Mary enters the building, Wooju calls her, but she doesn't answer. Wooju mutters that now he'll show her what he can really do. Later, a new article is published accusing the bakery heir of fraud. It announces that he will expose everything at a press conference at 10 o'clock at the hotel. Reporters see the news and rush out. Mary sees it too and immediately calls Wooju, telling him that ex-Wooju is about to hold a press conference. In the final scene, we see ex-Wooju standing on stage. He introduces himself and is just about to reveal something big, but the episode ends. We'll continue in episode 12.